Well, my next guest is no stranger to radio. His journey has been a great one. He's had a notable career in the radio and music industry, but he has transitioned to a new venture. He now specializes in loan modifications and foreclosure prevention for homeowners facing financial and medical hardships. He is here this evening to give you some guidance on some of the most common challenges we face when it comes to homeowner jeopardy as a result of loss of income or other means of loss of income. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Teddy Astin.
Good
Teddy
afternoon,
Astin.
Paula. Yes.
What's going
How are
on?
you today? Oh,
I
well,
am
I'm doing great, Paula.
I am absolutely wonderful. Always a pleasure to speak with you. Usually, when we see each other, it's at a men and women in radio event, or it's at the Capitol, where
Right.
we're recognizing men and women in radio. So it's nice to be able to have that connection, and it's also nice to be able to talk about something that has become, I dare say, near and dear to you, and that is what you're currently doing with loan modifications, foreclosure prevention for homeowners. So
Absolutely.
my first, yes, and I think I heard you a couple weeks ago. It was on. You were on with our good friend here in the Atlanta area, Mr. Derek Bozeman, and you were talking a bit about home ownership and foreclosure. So, I'm a person. Let's use this scenario. I'm a person, and my home is about to go into foreclosure. Walk me through the process of how you can help me.
Okay, well, first of all, I'd like to say, Paula, thank you for having me on your show today. We really do appreciate you giving us the opportunity to let people know what TLA Real Estate Consulting is all about. Here at TLA Real Estate Consulting, we specialize in loan modifications and foreclosure prevention. Paula, loan modifications are designed for homeowners who may be facing some type of financial hardship that may cause them to fall behind on their mortgage payments, and eventually, if there's no solution, they could go into foreclosure. So we always ask people to be proactive when they're having these hardships. Just to give you an idea, because so many people, Paula, qualify for a loan modification, but they just don't know where to go, who to talk to, or what the procedure is. And oftentimes, when they're trying to talk to their mortgage company about the hardship that they're having, they usually fall on deaf ears, the homeowner's hardship. So there's a process that you have to go through when you're facing foreclosure or when you had a change of income. And let me just tell you about some of the criteria that qualify homeowners for a loan modification. And just say, for instance, if you were working full-time when you purchase your home, now you have to take a job making less money than you were making when you purchased your home. You may not be able to afford that home now because you're not making the money that you were making when you purchased your home. So we consider that to be a change of income. Now, a change of income could come in several different areas of a homeowner's life, and a lot of these situations are beyond a homeowner's control. So we're here to help them take advantage of the opportunities that exist for homeowners. Let me just reemphasize, if you had a change of income, you could be eligible for a loan modification. A change of income could be two incomes reduced to one. It could be having to take a job making less money. It could also be you were working full-time when you purchased your home. Now you're living on a fixed income. That means you're not making the amount of money you were making. Or you could be going through a divorce or separation. That two incomes has been reduced to one. Also, medical hardships cause financial hardships. When you're having financial hardships, you're going to start falling behind on the largest expense that you have each month, and that's your mortgage payment, Paula. And when you
Mhm.
fall 2, 3, 4, 5 months behind, and your mortgage payments, is almost impossible to catch up.
To catch up,
Uh,
right?
yes. Also, and one of and we're beginning to help a lot of senior citizens because those senior citizens now are retired. And some of them,
Yes.
they're retired or they're semi-retired because when they retired, the income was cut in half, so they can't live on that amount of money now. So they have to go and get a part-time job. You know what I mean? So now they're
Right.
semi-retired because their income has changed. So people have to always remember, if your income has changed, so should your mortgage payments. And we
Right.
also work with landlords as well as investors because
Mhm.
a lot of investors, just say if you got 10 homes, three or four, five of them, or half of them are vacant. Sometimes you're going to have to go back through those homes each time a tenant moves out to paint, put in new carpet, sometimes place the appliances. And in the meantime, while you're having to spend thousands of dollars to renovate the property to get a new tenant in, that could take 2, 3, 4 months. And the mortgage companies still want those mortgage payments.
Wants their
So they
money.
don't know. They don't know that you had a tenant there. It's your rental property. Nobody's living there. You got to go spend thousands of
Mhm.
dollars to renovate it. So those are just a few of the examples of what qualifies homeowners and investors for loan modifications.
I like what you said at the top, where you said in some instances, we always hear about people being proactive, and I believe I heard you say being preactive to mean
Yes,
thinking ahead or planning ahead. You
right.
see these, you see, like you said, you see retirement coming, your job change, you have all these properties, so you have to think ahead as to what it is
Hmm.
that you need to do.
Absolutely, Paula.
Yeah.
And really, what that means is, just say for instance, I'm sorry. Okay, just say for instance, Paula, if you lost your job, you got a nice service pay. Uh,
Right.
and a lot of times, that money's going to run out real quick. And I can't re-emphasize this enough. You don't have to be broke to get your loan modified. Okay. A lot of times when people lose their income, they cash in their stocks, their 401ks, retirement income. They spend their savings, and all of a sudden, no more money's there. Now you're falling behind on your mortgage payments. I just want to tell people and let people know, when you're proactive and you're looking down the road in terms of where your expenses are, and what it's going to take to get back on your feet. You need to save that money. You don't have to be broke to get your loan modified. Rich people are getting loans modified that was making millions of dollars a year. Now
Hmm.
they still may have a million, but they don't have the same income that they were having. So you can imagine what their living expenses are, all
Mhm.
were in the past. So therefore, uh, uh, millionaires, we're doing modifications for some celebrities and sports figures and those people that was making all of that money, and now they're not making it, whether they were no longer working or no longer active or no longer playing sports or no longer getting parts in big plays and movies that they were in, but they could still get their loan modified and keep their money. So the same thing applies, Paula, to everyday people just like you and me and everyone within the sound of our voices. If you have money, however, but your income has changed, you're not making the money you were making when you purchased your home, you can still have thousands of dollars in the bank. You don't have to cash in your IRAs or dip into your retirement account. All you got to do, we set up your profile. The good thing about what TLA does is it's not a cookie cutter operation. We personalize uh, every loan modification that we do. We customize it and we
Mhm.
personalize it so that it fits your profile. We do thousands of modifications a year, but no two are never alike. You know, you
What
could
ab-
be, you could
what
be living.
about what about if I well go ahead and then I'll ask my question.
No,
You
I was
said you
just
could be
going to
living.
say You could be living side by side across the street from a homeowner. Your house is
Mhm.
about the same, but you both need a loan modification. But you both got different situations. Your incomes are different. Your expenses are different. Your hardships could be different. So that's why modification has to be customized to your needs and personalized to your home and your family.
So let's say we've gone through that process, and I've received a loan modification because my financial situation has changed.
Yes.
And then a year later, my financial situation changes again and
Okay.
decreases even more. What
Well,
can I do?
let me just say this. Some of our clients we doing the second modifications, and some of them even a third modification. Okay, so just because your loan was modified today, that doesn't mean that 2 years down the road that your situation could change again. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the investors that own loans, they have a requirement that if you have a modification in 2020, just say January 2020, or no, let's just say March 2020, you won't be eligible for another loan modification until 2022, March
Okay.
2022. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, you got to have that window because they can't modify a loan every 6 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
They can't
Yeah.
they can't modify a loan every time your income changes. But you do have that window there of a 2 year window if your income changed again or there's some type of unforeseen circumstances beyond your control, yes, you could be eligible for another loan modification. And the good thing, Paula, about a loan modification is it doesn't matter if you 3, 4, 6, 8 months behind in your mortgage payments. Once the loan is modified, it brings the loan current with a lower interest rate and a lower monthly payment. And that's what homeowners really need to be able to get off to a fresh start. So loan modifications
Right.
are permanent. It's not a temporary solution. And a lot of times when a homeowner is trying to do their own modifications, some are successful, but 90% of the people that call us who tried to do their
Mm-hmm.
own loan modifications, most of them are turned down. And not only are they turned down, some of them are offered repayment plans. They don't know if they have other choices. Hey, Paula G, I'm going to give you a repayment plan. Your mortgage payment
Mm-hmm.
was $1,200 a month. We're going to give you a repayment plan that's going to be $1,600 a month for the next 6 months. Well,
Mm.
darn. If I couldn't pay 12, I'm going to pay 16. We
Exactly.
can't put a band-aid on the elephant, but a lot of homeowners may accept that because they don't feel like they have any other choices. You
Any
know what I
choice.
mean? So yeah,
Yes.
they don't know that they could say no, no way I can
That I don't
afford
have to
that.
do
They're
that.
like, I
Right.
can't do that. And then the mortgage company may say, well, you ain't made your mortgage payment in 6 months. You should have been saved up some money, so this should be affordable for you. That's the furthest from the truth. Okay? But
Right.
they don't think that they can say, no, that ain't going to work. Look, we need to rethink this. I don't need a repayment plan. I need a modification. I need my loan modified to my current income and not the income I was making when I bought the house, bottom line.